Welcome to the EBLC.
Live from TJ Malešice, the site of Czechia and Netherlands in the 5th place game for the women's European Box Lacrosse Championship Series here in Prague. It's been a extremely massive privilege for everybody involved in this tournament, from the players, the coaches, the referees, to all of us up in the broadcast booth, as well as the people who have been working the streams throughout the entirety of the tournament. I'm Luke Lee, and again here in the broadcast booth alone. So a battle between 5th place for Netherlands and Czechia. Taking a look inside of the net for Czechia, going to be Sofia Lodinova in the back of the net for Czechia, going up against Daria Saeed on the other end for the Netherlands. Going to this game, the home crowd backing up Czechia, as well as the well-traveled fans of the Netherlands. So expecting a very solid turnout in this final game of the tournament for both teams. I'm taking a look at how both teams have gotten here. Starting out with the Netherlands, lost their first game 9-1 to Israel, lost their second game 7-4 to Ireland, before winning back-to-back against Finland as well as Czechia for the last 2 games, coming up short 8-7 in both of those games to Germany and England. So they've shown quite a bit of improvement since the start of the tournament. They've taken on a very tough stretch, taking on Israel, who's in the finals against Germany, as well as England, who pushed Germany to the brink in a game that was decided here at Malešice and was a 6-5 overtime win for England. That's Germany's only loss up to this point, as well as Ireland, who came in as a favorite. Another game that was played here for Czechia. Won their first game 25-2 over Finland. Dropped it against Germany 14-9. Obviously dropped the first game against the Netherlands 11-7. Dropped a 17-5 game to Israel, as well as a 12-5 loss to England. Lost 12-6 to Ireland, but did manage to again beat Finland in their most recent game. So face-off open won by Czechia and scooped up by Svikova. So working their way far side, potentially to the near. This is Malešice. Now again subbing on late, that's Arnold. Looking near side, brought in by Svikova. And already a woman on the ground. And it's Marketa Malešice on the ground. And 30 seconds into this game already looks like to have an injury. And not a good sight here in the 5th place game, so we will come back in a second when she's able to get on her feet. So Malešice able to get on her feet, assisted by the trainers and our coach, and she'll head over the Czech box. So hopefully she's okay. This is Vodalanova. Now again working it around. This is Svikova on the run and deflected in the passing lane by the Netherlands. As again, here they come. This is Baker. Working to Bersad. Bersad to Ramsey. Now far side. Just getting it around Wolbert. Over to Baker. To Bersad again. Far side. Step down. And denied. It's Van Verseld on the shot as the leading scorer for the Netherlands in the tournament. Now on transition. This is Rybicka. Over to Kucherova. Now again subbing into Svikova. Looks to be okay. Now on the run. Drop for a second. Now picked back up by the Czechs, and they step down on the shot. Deflecting off the boards, and shot clock a violation for Czechia. So strong defensive possession for the Netherlands. Is again passing up the option to pass to Keane as Van Bilsen loses the ball off the Czech, but picked up by the Netherlands. But a delayed penalty going to go back that way of Czechia. So a little bit of back and forth so far. Both teams getting a shot or two off, but nothing substantial offensively. Svikova working her way far side over to Arnold. Now again on the move, this side, close side. Jancikova now up top. Valdisova continuing with the passing attack and deflected. Arnold on the shot as Sophie Kudu got her stick up into the passing lanes. As shot low, denied by Visser, who's going to make the start. So it's going to be Sanne Visser who will start this game for the Netherlands. As Both her and Daria Saeed have played substantial minutes in the tournament in the goalkeep. So on the move again to Ramsey. Ramsey thought about passing, bouncing it off the turf and too high. So again, a stop for Czechia. Pass too far out from Tilsarova, looking for Notkova. This is Van Bilsen. Van Bilsen gonna flip it out to Keene. Keene surveys, waiting for the rest of the offense to sub on. That's Kudut. Kudut flipping it to Prasad. Prasad skip pass over to Van Bilsen, and Keene takes the shot. Deflected off the walls, picked up by Czechia. This is Sekalova, or Sekalova, excuse me. Flipping out by Vika, looking for Vadalanova, and Rami Healings getting her stick in the passing lane, and ball gonna go back to the Netherlands. And far side, this is Walbert. Walbert facing pressure. Gonna step out. This is Ramsey. Near side on the move of Everselt. And denied by Sofia Ladinova. So Ramsey, again, looking around. And go back up top to Van Verseld on the move. Still looking, nowhere to go. Heavy pressure from Kusarova. Van Verseld again faking the pass and denied in the net. Again, Lodinova, there's step for step. So circling her way back, this is Notkova. Pass too far, but picked up on the deflection by Arnold. So near side, this is Svikova. Quickly to Kusarova. Back to Svikova. Svikova facing heavy pressure by Baker, and Baker gonna get a stick on it. And still a loose ball. But ultimately a shot clock violation again for Czechia. And this will send out the Netherlands offense. This is Verboom. Verboom quickly to Kudut. Looking to move it around. This is Walbert. Over to Keene, back to Prasad. Skip pass. Looking for Verboom. And knocked away. Scooped back up by Van Bilsen. Van Bilsen, shot clock winding down. Takes a shot, and it's in. Bente Van Bilsen going to start off the scoring here at TJ Malešice. And shot clock was winding down for Van Bilsen. Fakes out the defender. And again, just able to get Ladinova outside of her spot. You can see here she shifts over to the left-hand side, thinking that Van Bilsen's going to go across the field. But Van Bilsen going to reverse back, shooting on the run to the opposite side. An impressive shot it was. And Ladinova gave her all sorts of space. So 1-0 lead for the Netherlands. About 5 minutes into this fifth-place game. Bouncing off the wall, this is Kudut. Facing heavy pressure again. Swarming to the ball was Czechia. Ball going to go into the Netherlands bench. And so Czechia will get a shot to even things up. Getting around. And by the way, if you haven't been tuned in the whole tournament, well, there's a way you can. You got to go to the EBLC YouTube channel, or you can go to EBLC.com and have all the most recent results, statistics, standings that you could want. That shot go off on the bouncer and go outside of the stadium, but retaining possession is Czechia's. Svadalanova going to go far side to Arnold. Arnold going to lose it. Back over. And all sorts of room for Arnold on the step down. And shot was not on the net. This is Van Heuvel. Again, on the move, Van Heuvel. Facing very heavy pressure, but Verboom will take it near side. And This is the Ramsey. Ramsey again facing pressure, intercepted by Tilsarova. And Veronica Tilsarova, what a way to anticipate the pass and using that wingspan to take away the ball. As pass goes too high for Kusarova and picked up by Van Versel. Panic Van Versel, not on target. Got wrapped around the neck area by Tilsarova. Kane on the rebound, a late penalty for Czechia. Van Versel gonna feed inside to Van Bilsen. Shot was not on target. And so into the boards we go as Wolbert is able to retain possession. Shot clock winding down, and on the step down again, Van Versel. So pretty clear it's gonna be a hold, it looks like. So it's going to be a hold, 2 minutes, and 5-on-4 ball we go. So it'll be on Veronica Tilsarova, who just had the takeaway a second ago, now going to go into the penalty box. So 5-on-4 ball for the Netherlands as they look to extend their lead. This is Kudu. So Kudu going to get it around for the Netherlands, and so on the move, Van Versel. Van Versel flipping it to Van Bilsen, and it's in. Or no, they'll say she stepped inside of the crease. Van Bilsen looking for a second, not quite able to do so. She takes it away here though. Van Bilsen facing heavy pressure again. Was swarmed by multiple defenders. That was Holubova and Kralovkova, excuse me. And again, you get Czechia for a penalty. So already a minute and 35 before. They're going to have two players go into the box. As both they're going to get both going to get Kralovkova both defenders going to go into the box, and so it's going to be a penalty shot for the Netherlands. So a whole lot happening on that play. Essentially the penalties were a push in the back, and that's pretty much what those were. So Delaney Keane will go on the penalty shot for the Netherlands. As the other defender going to the box is Veronica Tilsarova. And here comes Delaney Keane. Move her away, and it's in! Keane making it look way too easy. So Delaney Keane going to extend the lead, and you can see this is so impressive. Keane just keeping her options open, not going to one directional side. You can see Lodinova doesn't know where that ball is going to go, and she guesses way too late on where it actually ends up going. Leaves way too much space for Delaney Keane to just drop the ball in, and very easy 2-0 lead for the Netherlands, and they're also up 5-on-3 for a minute and 35, and then 2 minutes of 5-on-4 for the Netherlands. So playing a little bit too aggressive. Czechia. It was also an illegal check as well on the previous penalty, as Viktorka Olubova also into the box for Czechia. So officials figuring out the exact direction they want to take. So going to have 2 penalties of 2 minutes. Both the defenders after the goal, and it's 2-0 for the Netherlands, as both those penalties will be concurrent and served at the same time. Face-off going to be won by Czechia. Want to check, though, from Delaney Keene on the trail, and Keene again up top to Van Versel, to Healings. Now back to Keene, who worked her way near side. So a nice deflection from Lodinova. Keene tried to find Van Bilsen. Now dropped in the play by Healings. Van Bilsen, though, back to Keene. Sofia Lodinova again rejecting, as don't know what happened on that clear attempt. Tried to drop it off to Jansenova, to Sekulova, but unfortunately she steps into the crease, and going back that way, Van Bilsen tried to just flip it in. Shot clock does reset for the Netherlands. This is Healings. Over to Keene. And Van Bilsen again trying to dump it in. Not quite able to do so, and just going to chuck it deep. Sekulova, and that'll at very least kill about 10 to maybe at best 15 seconds of the penalty clock, as Pershaw going to flip it back up to Keene. Keene looking inside, now around the corner. And nothing doing. Now Pershaw, all sorts of space, drops it off. Van Versel. And too far for Pershaw. We will flip it back in, but shot clock will expire. It'll be a shot clock violation before Keene can even scoop up the ball, and it'll take us to the first quarter commercial break. 2-0 in favor of the Netherlands, and about 2 seconds to go on the concurring power play. So very much back to even. Just a moment, is back in just a second here in Malešice.
Pivo z rodinného pivovaru, kde řemeslo a tradice jdou ruku v ruce.
Back in Malešice, and out of the penalty box for Czechia goes Veronika Kralikova and Viktorka Halibova. So cutter, and losing the ball was Vadalanova. Now back on top to Arnold. Arnold gonna roll out far side, too far for Pasivkova. Now into the boards. And a loose ball. Ultimately, shot clock would wind down for Czechia, so doesn't really matter. This is Verboom. Now on the move, bouncing off the stick of Mount Wolbert. This is Demmer. Quickly. Out to Baker, back to Wolbert, inside to Ramsey. And the check coming at the right time for Czechia. Now on the move, this is Kusarova. A reverse backfield, switching hands, and over to Kusarova. Katharina to Edvika, or the other way around. This is Svikova quickly to Janchikova. Now on the move. Rolling out. Again. Nothing doing for the Czech offenses. This is Van Bilsen. Rolling out. Facing a Czech. And Sokolova knocks it out and takes it away. Loses the ball though, and Keene back on top. All sorts of space for Delaney Keene. And denied. Ladinova, excuse me, on the fast break, able to deny the pass. And again on the move, what a throw on the run by Karsilova. Setting up the 1-2-3, though dropped on the play by Pacifikova. This is Verboom. Now to Wolbert. Wolbert to Bersad. Bersad on the step down and denied by Ladinova. Got stuck in her pad. So on the move, again, the Czechs. This is Kusarova. Now on the move, the step down shot, sidearm from Svikova. No good. Back up top near side. Again, gonna work around down to the doorstep. And nothing doing. Once again, been saying that a lot in the first quarter for Czechia. So on the move, this is Van Bilsen. As the goal from earlier. Flipping it out to Keene. Over to Ramsey. Ramsey back over to Keene near side. Keene looking for the pick. Quickly to Van Verseld. And it's over to Kudut. Kudut thought about passing. Now on the move, Kudut takes a low shot. Ladinova denying it. This is Valdisova. Valdisova. Get it out quickly. Again, this is Arnold. Up top, near side. Just stuck. Shot going too far for Janchikova. There's Vadalinova just taking the shot from beyond the yellow line. Now a rebound for the ball on the loose. Picked up by Healings. Healings facing heavy pressure from Svikova. Svikova knocks it off the Czech. And Sikova's gonna take it. And she's got it! Veronika Svikova. And what a play. Said I'm gonna do it all myself. And that is an absolute beauty of a check. You can see she's all over Healings. Makes a nice move, shoots out Verboom, and able to get Visser off her spot. Visser again, not trying to guess or overcommit to one side, staying in the middle and taking advantage of that was Svikova. So into the boards, the ball goes. It's 2-1 in the first quarter. So again on the move. This is Seklikova. Janchikova. Janchikova gonna roll out. They go far side over to Kusarova. Kusarova down low. And Faltasova not able to hang on to it. Faltasova tries to make a move and just takes the shot over Van Verselt's head. Picked up off the rebound by Flux. Flux to Van Verselt. Van Verselt. Near side. Over to Kudut. Kudut to Bersad, who came on late. Bersad over to Demmer. Making a move was Van Verselt, and the late penalty going to go back to Czechia. So 49 seconds to go here in quarter number one. 2-1 is ball way too behind Vadalinova. This ball going to go into the boards, and on the move comes the Netherlands. They're down to 30 seconds. Rolling out. Wisher Schroer to Van Buren. Or Van Bilson, excuse me. Bilson. Gonna flip it out to Ramsey. Ramsey down low. Looking for Wolbert. And on the move, ball coming out late. Healing's gonna pick it up, facing a 3-on-1. Shot clock would have ran out regardless, and that'll do it for the first quarter. 2-1 for the Netherlands over Czechia. It's been a tough battle for first place. Seen a whole lot of everything. Takeaway for the shot, taking a penalty shot. Some good ball movement for both sides early on, as well as some good defense. And the game will continue to go in quarter number 2. We'll be back here in a matter of a minute at Malešice.
I'm so fucking hungry, bro. Oh my god.
The Netherlands and Czechia battle for 5th place in the women's. And the two teams get us going. So second quarter face-off about to be underway between Zaklikova and Wolbert. So 15 more minutes of first half action about to be underway. 2-1 the score in favor of the Netherlands. And if you're just joining us, I want to thank you here for coming in on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. I'm Luke Lee here on the commentary alone in the booth. So we've got a good one in store through a quarter of play between these two teams. Obviously, and some typical offense as well as some great defense. Even a penalty shot from Delaney Keene is shot going to go too far. Svekova, who has the goal already for Czechia, and on the move goes Keene. Keene takes it in. That's automatic on the dump. Delaney Keene on the fast break, and that is so dangerous. Cannot allow a player of her caliber to get into the open field, and she makes that look too easy, going to jack off the field. You can see it. Don't get the full picture, but again, see how impressive she is. That's the definition of getting a goalkeeper off her spot. Ladinova starts over inside or the far side pipe, and by the end of the play, shifts over to the near side pipe, and you guessed it, Keene goes over to the far side on the fake. So the second goal for Delaney Keene, now a two-goal lead for the Netherlands. As I'll say that Wolbert moved a little bit early on the face-off, and so the Netherlands, or Czechia will take over on their own end. Getting it around, this is Pasikova. On far side on the move. Taking the step down shot was Svekova again, looking for her second. This is Flux. Over to Kudut. And Van Bilsen gonna work near side, looking for her second. And Van Bilsen, she's got it. As soon as I say it, Bence Van Bilsen with her second on the day, had the first goal to kick us off, and Delaney Keene with back-to-back for Van Bilsen takes another one in for the Netherlands. Is gonna replay. Van Bilsen, it's the pick from Sophie Kudut, who would have been looking for the outlet pass, but just enough time by Kudut on the pick and creates enough separation between Van Bilsen and Kralikova. And that gives a 4-1 lead for the Netherlands. On the move goes Keene, facing some pressure. Now quickly to Healings. A look inside on the dump to Bershad, and Bellamy Bershad almost had a Kudut on the second chance. Rebound, does pick it up, but nowhere to go with it. Swarmed by the Czechs. Again, ball going to trickle over onto the Netherlands side, but scooped up by Baker to Van Bilsen. And now on the move, this is Van Verseld. Van Verseld on the move, onto the doorstep to Van Bilsen, over to Ramsey. Now back up top to Van Verseld. The passing attack for the Netherlands looking strong. On the move is Van Bilsen on the bouncer. Taking too much of a generous bounce for the Netherlands. Is nice move by Svakova. So on the move, Kusarova trying to set up Malinovska in front of the net on a dunk down. Is Arnold. Far side, going to go behind to Malinovska, who takes it in! Marketa Malinovska going to put on the second for Czechia. And again, after some great ball movement by the Netherlands, is followed up by Czechia with some great ball movement on their own, and then finishing it off behind the net. So absolutely massive response for Czechia after the back-to-back goals for the Netherlands. And so face-off won by Keene, or face-off won by Wolbert to Keene, setting up the shot to Van Verseld, and ultimately denied by Ladinova. Quick fast break, 1-2-3 off the face-off. Spasakova on the move, quickly to Faldasova. Now far side, that was Janchikova. Now skip pass, brought in by Pasakova. Up top, but beyond the yellow line, the shot was taken by Rebicka. And again, the rebound, Czechia, they'll get a reset shot clock. Ball too far for Arnold. Not able to bring in the wild pass, and it's Kimberly Verboom. Quickly ball going too high for Demmer. That was Kudut who missed on the potential rebound, so. Again, Czechia will come out. It's Kusarova. Over to Rybicka, far side. Looking for Faltasova. Fights for it into the boards, and still a scrum for the loose ball. Nobody has it yet in the corner. And it looked like for a second it might have been picked up by Faltasova. And eventually it's picked up by Janchikova. The shot was taken by Malinovska. So again, rebounded by Faltasova. Setting it up, it's in! Veronika Svakova with her second already. And I was going to say before she took the shot, the second chance rebound set it up. And now Svakova slow to get up. Again, you can see the second chance rebound, and she gets hit a little bit hard at the end of that play. I believe that was Boyce on the hit. Yeah. I believe it was either Boyce or Femke Baker. Regardless, down on the ground is Fakova. He checked out and back in a second. Well, when I said back in a second, I meant it. Quite literally a second. The trainer's coming off the field for Czechia, and Fakova able to get off the field as she already has 3 points this game and has 2 goals along with an assist. So a great start for her. Responsible for all 3 points that her team has, give or take, in some way. It's a face-off. One flip to Krlikova. Ball going to go back for the Netherlands. So ultimately, it's going to go back to Marketa Sekulova. Call it on a cross check, the assistant captain. So their power play opportunity for the Netherlands, and well, they are 1 for 1 on the penalty shot, but essentially 0 for 2 on the power play. Or 0 for 1 if you just want to count it as 1. The step down shot, it's in! I believe it's Delaney Keene. And it was. She's got herself a hat trick already. And that is just an unlucky roll for Sofia Ladinova. Has all sorts of space for Keene. She put it on a line. And you'll see from this goalie perspective, Ladinova just missing it. Looked like for a second she might have made contact with the ball and it just rolled in, but she never even made contact. That's how quickly that shot was on a rope. And that is what you call an absolute rocket of a shot. Just Tilsarova to Arnold, skip pass to Kusarova. Go around. Arnold. Gonna go far side, now near side. This is Basakova. Now far side again, near side to Arnold. Arnold gonna work her way behind and nothing doing. Solid defense from the Netherlands. Is nowhere to go with the ball for Czechia as Van Verseld had it, dropped it a couple times, and now a loose ball picked up by Czechia. This is Tilsarova. Tilsarova gonna flip her way back the other side, and too far. Pass deflecting off of Vodolanova's stick. But either way, picked up by Czechia, and so on the run, it's just Faltasova flipping it out quickly to Oyalova. Shot taken by Svikova. Whole lot happening on that play. Doesn't matter. Again, nothing doing. This is Healings. Healings. Kudu. Kudu. Far side to Bersad. Bersad on the move. Feeding inside to Healings and deflected away again. I'll scoop back up by Czechia, and so again on the move they come. This is Marasakova who loses it. Demmer takes it away. Demmer far side, and gonna go near side of the far side to Healings. This is Keene. Quick little Ramsey. Ramsey. Thought about passing. Wheel to Demmer. And Demmer are going to take the shot just too far out. Rebounding her own shot. And don't know where that pass was going. It's taken away. Picked off by Seklikova. Seklikova going to flip it out quickly to Arnold, who loses track of it but able to get back on top. On far side for Czechia, about halfway through the second quarter. Again, trying to feed inside, and again, sticks up in the passing lanes for the Netherlands as we're rolling back on the shot. That was Malešice. Ball going into the nets, but retaining possession. What a cut! And it's almost in. It looked like for a second it might have. Veronica Skakova looking for her hat trick in the first half. Is that pass from Visser way too high for Van Bilsen, deflecting off her stick and not able to rebound off the ricochet. Again, a near side. There's some space for Pasakova. On far side again, rolling around. On the skip pass, that was Rybicka. Now up top, shot taken by Faltasova down low towards the feet of Visser, but she's there. So on the move, this is Baker. Or no, this is Boyce actually. Boyce flipping it far side to Van Verselt. This is Baker, skipping it over to Delaney Keene, and Kudut on the bouncer. We go into the nets, and that'll take us to our second quarter commercial break. So first half flying by here, TJ Malešice. It is 5-3 for the Netherlands over Czechia. Back in just a matter of a minute for the rest of the first half. I'm Luke Lee, and you're on the EBLC YouTube channel.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world.
So back for the rest of the first half here at TJ Malešice. It's 5-3 for the Netherlands over Czechia. So quickly gonna get it around. That's Persad down far side over to Keene, and Keene gonna survey, has the hat trick in the first half. Keene makes a move, gonna break inside, and shot going too far. Kudu misses the rebound. Picked up either way by Wolbert. And Van Verselt gonna go low, and Vladinova will get on top of it. Vladinova gonna scan, try to loft down the field, and gonna go too far for anyone on Czechia. They still will contest it as Verbum just kicks it into the nets, and so Czechia will take over. So essentially clear for them. So far side feed to Kusarova. Now back around to Arnold. Now again setting up in front of the net. It's a shot taken from Faltasova, but denied from Visser. And it's trying to flip it out was Ramsey. A little bit too far for Lottie Van Heuvel, but Heuvel will get on top of it for the Netherlands. This is Healings. Far side to Keene. Over to Ramsey. Ramsey spinning back. Tried to deliver on the shot and ultimately denied again from Vladinova. This is Van Verselt. Van Verselt surveying. On the move. Feeding it far side and to Demmer. And it's taken away by Czechia. This is Marsakova, who loses it. Demmer takes the shot, and she's got it. Emily Demmer taking it away. And the Netherlands gonna double up their lead, 6-3 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. Again, you can see knocking it out. I believe that was Hanneke Van Verseld who knocks that ball loose. Emily Demmer is having the high awareness to pick it up and then quickly getting it out to the far side pipe. So the Netherlands, they are definitely feeling the excitement as the face-off can be won by the Netherlands. And Van Verseld got it out to Verboom, who's going to get popped into the boards, and she's going to go down a little bit slow. And that's going to be a boarding, no doubt about it, or some form of unnecessary roughness. Again, it'll be Veronika Kralovkova on a push. They're going to call it cross-check, and it'll be a 5-minute major. No doubt Verboom was essentially defenseless, trying to go for the loose ball, and hopefully she's okay. So already giving up a goal on a power, or on a power play as well as a penalty shot. Both to Delaney Keene. It's now the 5-minute major. Czechia, which essentially means, hey, the Netherlands score, doesn't matter. Just gonna have to play out the entirety of the penalty, and that'll basically have them down 5-on-4 for the rest of the first half. Kudut to Van Verseld. Back to Kudut up top. Kudut far side to Bersad. The feed across the far to the near to Van Verseld as Bersad gonna pick up the rebound. Now far side feed. Step down shot taken from Van Bilsen. Now again picked up off the ricochet to Keene. This is Van Verseld. Too far. It's Kudut looking for the ground ball. Can't handle it. So now a penalty for, oh no. Or yeah, it will be a penalty. So Sophie Kudut will go to the box for the Netherlands. So they'll call it delay of game on Kudut. Unable to handle the loose ball. So go back to 4-on-4 for less than, for about 2 minutes, and with about 2 minutes give or take on the major for Czechia. Is a bounce shot, heck of a jump from Malinovska. Still picked up by Kusarova. Kusarova behind the net. Back to Malinovska. Malinovska gonna work her way around. Baker playing some tight coverage. Switch defensively. Switcher Schroer. All Malinovska's going on to Svikova. Tries to wrap around. Nothing doing, and so bit and 20 left of 4-on-4 play. This is Van Bilsen. Fakes it. Van Bilsen. We go far side over to Ramsey. Ramsey surveying. Holds on to it for a second. Now on to Keene. Far side. Now near side to Demmer, who's got her second. Back to back for Emily Demmer. And it is a 4-goal lead for the Netherlands here in the first half. Demmer on the move, and her second on the day. So already a 4-goal advantage for the Netherlands, and power play will remain intact, so this will be 4-on-4 for about another minute, and then about 2 minutes and 11 seconds of 5-on-4. Demmer entered this game with 2 goals on the tournament, already has 2 today. So face-off flipped over to Sekulova. Now on the move, responding quickly, Veronika Tilsarova. And that'll break Sophie Kudut out of the box, and again, a great response by Czechia. off the fast break, and they say, hey, wait a minute, don't count us out too early. 2:55 to go in the first half, and again, a great response from the Czechs to bring this game a little bit closer. Had some trouble defensively here in the first half, but obviously you got now 2 power play goals, including a penalty shot goal, so how much can you really put that on the starting 5 defensively? I don't know. Regardless, face-off going to be won, and Delaney Keene going to pick it up off the flip backwards, and a denial from Ladinova. This is Van Verseld. Healings over to Keene. Keene to Van Verseld. And Van Verseld takes a shot. Ladinova doing a solid job of closing the gap. Deflecting the shot away with her shoulder. Keene. Keene to Van Verseld. Van Verseld top side, near side to Healings. Healings looking around to Keene, far side, it's in! Delaney Keene. And since the end of the first quarter, it has been fireworks offensively in this one. As that is the 4th first half goal for Delaney Keene in this one. And in the games that I've seen, she's been one of the best in the tournament. Maybe the stats might not show it, but she gets a chance to get this ball around. She could do some dangerous things, and her 4 goals alone are the difference in this one. Face off going to be won by Czechia eventually. Facing all sorts of pressure. This is Sekulova, and she loses it. Baker picking up in front of the bench for the Netherlands, and Van Verseld denied from Ladinova. And the slide coming in at the right time by Sekulova. And so a great defensive stand from Ladinova and Sekulova to delay until the rest of the defense comes on. Ladinova taking it away from Albert to go into their knee pad. And so 1:28 left in the first half, 1:35 on the major. His ball way too high for Svikova. And so Van Heuvel will scoop it up, switches hands, reverses back to the right over to Ramsey, and Ramsey work her way near side. Kudut far side to Keene. Keene back to Kudut. Bersan looking to get this ball around. Bersan getting the second chance, and losing it was Healings. Now Kudut on the catch, back to Ramsey. Ramsey foot the pass and goes in on the shot. Ashley Ramsey knocking it in, and that's 9 for Netherlands in the first half. Is again some great ball movement, and Ashley Ramsey gonna put in the back of the net. Ladinova again sliding over, or not even sliding over too far over. Looked like he was going to the near side pipe, but goes to the far side, and Ladinova just not enough covering up as Ramsey was able to fit it in. That's her 4th goal on the tournament. And so quickly on the move. This is Arnold. Ludo Hasakova. This is Jančíková. Ludo Arnold to Jančíková again. Looking for Arnold. And taken away by Kudut. Flipping it quickly. Keene had it for a second, lost it. And going to the ground was Valtasova. It's going to be a loose ball push on the Netherlands, and so about 20 seconds to go in the first half. Czechia will look to create some magic. On the move. This is Valtasova. Thrown to the ground numerous times, losing it. Again, going to be a push on the Netherlands, and so going into the box is going to be Femke Baker. A 2-minute penalty on the cross check, and so that penalty will carry on to the second half. So a couple seconds left. Shot going down low and denied by Visser, and that'll take us to the halftime. It's 9-4 for the Netherlands as the penalty will carry on to the second half for them, and it'll be 5-1-4 to start us out. Second half of play. We'll be back here, matter of about 10 minutes for the second half of Czechia and the Netherlands here in Malešice.
Nevím, jak dlouho se to tiskne? Ta lekrovská.
Nee, ik ga het niet doen. Ik wil hem best naar een hoofd komen, dat wil ik doen. En dat duidelijk daar is de grens. Tussen daar en een muis is gewoon met de grens. Ik kan ook even wachten.
Kijk, als die niet leuk is. Deze met Photoshop is maar goed.
Dit is echt
Die is toch leuk daar?
Die is super leuk.
Hij zegt dat het wel leuk is.
Ja, dat is super leuk. Maar sowieso de shirtje, de chillers. Sam is dat zo lekker spelen.
Ja, dat gaat goed hè?
Je pakte de eerste en je zag ook echt zo'n zuchtje van oké, dit is één, laat ze maar komen.
Ja, maar je moet het gewoon houden.
Ja. En dat van de blok is echt sexy. Dat was een meter Duitsland. Dus meteen.
Ja, mooi hè? Ik vind het super goed. 23, dat is wel niet dat ook een beetje
Maar ja, ze liepen naar de slag wel even en het leek wel slecht. Oh ja. Dat is ook wel eens. gaten houden.
Ja, die moeten we net nog spelen. Wel niet wel. En die heeft nog niet. Staat er dan gewoon.
Die staat er wel gewoon te chillen. Dus. Gisteren was er iemand uit België, Zwitserland. Die lag op de grond. En die begon op een gegeven moment gewoon een keer van te lopen zonder stuk. Die had de tegenstander dood terug van een
Maar die was helemaal.
Die is denk ik wel. Ja. Helaas is ook wel een risico. Ja, dat is wel.
Ja, nog een lekker dagje.
Wat?
Ja, nog even een paar uurtjes.
Ja, we gaan even kijken en dan rijden.
En jullie gaan nu echt naar huis.
Eerst gaan we drinken. Dan gaan we echt slapen in de stad.
En waar gaan jullie naartoe in Nederland?
Ik woon in de bos en die jongen ik weet het niet.
Oké. Oh, maar dat is jullie nog zo vanaf echt.
Ja, ik heb wel, we kunnen wel in één keer terug, maar dan zijn we toch nog steeds nog thuis. Je kunt beter nog slapen en dan nog, ja.
En nou is het niet zo ver meer de 2 dagen.
Nee, we slapen in Oberhuis of zo, ja. Ja, het voelt ook echt nodig, maar ja, dan heeft het wel 10 uur al wel met z'n allen gegeven.
Ja, en als je ook hier wel een dag onderhouden.
Ja.
Rijst is een beetje zo saai.
Ja, we gaan nog ook niet
Kijk, als je midden in de nacht thuis komt. Hartstikke, ga naar werk. Oh, ik vind het heel lekker. Ja. Jij gaat hout maken, hoor je dat? Hoor je? Hoor je nu weer met die van mama?
To tam spojrzcie, coś na to wyście? Wypaliła? Dobrze. No. Teraz 4 minuty potrwa.
Pizzeria passano a una di come ma proprio al suo
So as promised, back for second half action here at TJ Malešice. As take a look at Sandy Visor's stats from the first half, an 80% save percentage, 4 goals as well. A bag first half of the day in the office for her. Now she will look to continue to stonewall this Czechia offense as the Netherlands nearly reaching double digits in the first half and looking to continue the high-octane offense. Face-off won by the Netherlands initially. Looked to be a little bit of a jump. Our Marketa Sekulova. This is Keane working her way down near side. Keane facing some heavy pressure from Skakova. Keane will work behind the net. And steps down, and it looked to be in for a second. Keane facing heavy pressure. And that's Kralikova who is knocked her down. So about a minute and 20 of a Czech power play as they have 5-on-4 women advantage. So 9-4, still moving around on the step down and deflected away by Visor. So again, looking to get the ball around up top. This is Malinovska. Over to Svakova. Back to Svakova. Fakes the pass. Malinovska up top. Now around. This is Faltasova. Faltasova maneuvering, and she's got it. Alice Faltasova knocking it through, and Czechia continuously getting it around. So, good ball movement. A nice play by Faltasova. Just create a little bit of a space in front of the net, and just like that, another goal on the board for Czechia. So drawing their way a little bit closer, refusing to go away. It is now 9-5 in favor of the Netherlands. First face-off pickup in one by Pasvikova. Again, this is Fakova. Fakova out quickly to Vodolonova. Right, Bicka. Over to Arnold. Arnold, far side over to Vodolonova. Vodolonova on the run, and again, shot too wide. Rebound opportunity for Czechia. Too high goes the shot. Again, Visser able to deny it. This is Baker. Now to the penalty box, so back to 5-on-5 play we go. This is Ramsey. Ramsey gonna go near side to Bersad. Bersad. Skip pass to Baker. Again. On the move. Goes Sekulova. Put out to Kusarova, and this is Malešice. Malešice will roll out and back up top. Step down shot off the release for Fakova. So Faltasova going to try to keep it inside the boundaries for Czechia, but not able to do so. So Rami Healings pick it up with the Netherlands and able to get out of the double team essentially in the boards. Healings still being chased down by Faltasova. Was able to get it off to Keane though, and this is Van Verseld. Far side. Kudut. Van Verseld again to Kudut. Kudut. Trying to feed inside, and Van Verseld from up top. It's denied by Ladinova. Both teams trading shots to get the second half going. Malešice is Kralikova now quickly to Arnold. Near side. That was Fakova. Janchikova. Now to Vodolonova, and on the run, the shot from Fakova. Bouncing off the boards and fighting for the loose ball. It is picked up by the Czechs. This is Pasifakova. And shot clock runs out. Shot clock violation. So again, the Netherlands will take over. This is Baker. Baker, Bersad. Shot to Keane. Far side to Ramsey. Ramsey near side, gonna bustle her way down, and the shot goes too far. Just outside. So Baker failing to scoop up the loose ball, trying to kick it back to Demmer. Eventually, Czechs will get back on top of it. This is stuck. So again, loses the ball and gonna go back to the way of the Netherlands is Van Heuvel. Flip it out quickly to Van Verseld. Van Verseld, the leading scorer going to this game. She's scoreless in this one. Wolbert. Again back to Van Verseld. Van Verseld on the move. Quickly to Keane, or just Kudut, excuse me. And Kudut on the bouncer. Ball goes too high. But ricocheting off the glass. Healings having a chance to pick up their own rebound, does, but shot clock winded down, and shot from downtown, nowhere close. So again, pass going way too high, nearly going into the Czech bench, and Van Verseld gonna scoop it up one-handed. Has the fast break, Haneke, Van Verseld trying to set up Lodinova, as Lodinova able to get in front of the shot and knock it away with her leg. Again to the boards in the far side corner. Looking for something. And Keane gonna get boomed into the walls. This is Kralikova. Kralikova gonna spin back, gonna lose it. Rashad knocked it out. And picked up by Sekulova. So Malešice gonna flip it out quickly to Kralikova. Kralikova, or back to Faltasova. Faltasova able to work inside, and nice move, unable to knock the shot in though, and Wow, on the move. What a move again. Speak about some moves by Lonnie Van Hoovel to create some space. Prasad trying to go on the bouncer at Van Verselt. Tracked down from behind on the trail check, and ball again deflected away. This is Fakova. Fakova quickly going to flip it to Jansikova. Jansikova to Vadalanova. Vadalanova going to feed inside and deflected away by Fakova. And a check from from Boys, excuse me. Now scooped up by Baker. She loses it though. And Petranova set up Vadalanova on the near side. Is Vadalanova going to survey, flip it far side. Pacifikova on the move, and getting a stick in was Ramsey. Second chance on the opportunity shot for Vadalanova, and not on target. This is Neidham. Quickly out to Boyce. Now Wolbert looking for Baker. Ramsey though will pick it up. Now to Keene. And a player for the Netherlands going down. Keene looking that way, gonna try to roll back inside. Now try to roll back to the middle, and the shot again denied by Lodinova. Shot clock does reset though. Got Keene, near side. Gonna work over. This is Wolbert. Baker on the far side feed to Ramsey. Nothing doing, but Baker able to get on top of it. Now Ramsey shot was off target. Second chance rebound for Wolbert. Nothing going. The end of the ball goes into the walls. Eventually picked up by the Czechs. This is Pasikova. And Czechia. Yeah. Set the offense up. On near side, Jansikova, excuse me. And on the step down, Fonte Silva denied by Visser. But again, picking up the loose ball, it's a diving score! Alice Valdesova, again, her second goal, and what a play it was to dive in. Bringing it within 3 now. As look at the replay, Valdesova getting the near alley pass, diving in, and heck of an effort from her. So tiny, you can lose her in space, and it's one of the advantages of her size on that play is that the entire Netherlands defense lost her. Just able to cross the plane. So now a 3-point game. Face off now. Still undecided, eventually won. Picked up by Kralikova. Now near side to Arnold. Tries to make a move. Surveying. Now quickly dropping it off to Vadalanova. Vadalanova over to Kuzarova. Now far side, and shot off target by Pazvikona. And his pass one-handed from Van Verselt. Van Verselt has the one-on-one, splitting a defender. And shot from Kudu taken away, as you can't help but credit Viktorka Polubova, who was splitting both players, Van Verselt and Kudu, on the play, and doesn't commit too much to one, and that ultimately leads to Van Verselt getting rid of it to Kudu, who not able to put it back in the back of the net. So able to knock it away from, able to pivot from the top offensive player to more of a transition player on the fast transition. And that'll take us to our third quarter commercial break with 5:40 to go in the third. We'll be back here with some more second half action in just a moment. So back with 5:40 to go in the third quarter. Transition attempt by Svakova, who has 3 points to go. Svakova all over by Kudup. Nowhere to go. Surprised there might have not been a penalty. She was looking for one. Again, the aggressive ride from the Dutch. On the move. Taking it over to the left-hand side, and Malešice lets it go, but nowhere. As Sandy Visser all over it, and shot clock violation would have ended the drive regardless. Too much of a generous bounce for Ramsey and Walbert as we go back to check. Over is looking for something. Cutter inside, and back up top to Vadalanova. Vadalanova for the pick, not going to get it. Vadalanova's pass is taken away by Baker. So Baker, again, reversing upfield, near side, is quickly over to Keene. Keene, surveying to Demmer, and the step down shot is deflected, and again picked up by Walbert. Keene shot a little bit too far out, and so they call a push. So Vadalanova will take possession, and Czechia will again look to get something going on offense. Is going down low as a shot again taken from Faltasova in front of the doorstep, but Visser able to deny it. So up top, gonna look around, gonna duck down, and Svakova being absolutely trucked. On the move, this is Baker. Baker avoiding the lift on the play by Faltasova. Now far side, the Healings over to Ramsey, near side. Ramsey facing the pressure. Ramsey could have bounced it over to Van Verseld, who bounces it again, and that pass might have been deflected. Again, another shot clock violation. So on the move, so Polubova, and having a hard time handling it. Malinovska. Healing's finally on top of it for the Netherlands, and all sorts of chops by Tilsarova on Van Verseld. Is now Keene near side. Keene gonna slow it down. He'll let's go orange chance from the fans. Keene still looking, and gonna go to the other side of the field, far side for Van Verseld, who was not able to handle the skip pass. And Czechia again, another stop offensively or defensively, as so far in the second half, nothing going for the Netherlands on offense. So again, here they come. Working it around. Pass dropped by Arnold, ultimately able to get back on top of it. This is Vadalanova. Now inside, a bunch of checks on the play, looking for Tilsarova. A second chance opportunity for Czechia by Arnold, but the shot not on target. As looking for the outlet pass, it's ultimately lost and recovered by a second by Tilsarova, who again tries to feed it back inside, nothing doing. Tilsarova now back on top of it again for the Czechs, and a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. Vadalanova to go out. Faltasova. Vadalanova again. Far side dropped. Looking for Kusarova, who gets back on top of it. Kusarova gonna feed back inside, and that is in! Alice Faltasova her third. And that is a hat trick for Alice Faltasova. And again, the passing for the Czechs has been on pace, as you can see, getting around multiple times, and eventually Faltasova decides, you know what, I'm going to do it all myself. And now it is a 2-goal game. It was a 5-goal lead for the Netherlands at one point, and they have not scored so far in the second half. It's been all Czechia here in half number 2. Still a 2-goal lead, though, for the Dutch, so still a little bit too early to panic, but another face-off won by Czechia as they completely continue to maximize their offensive possessions. Sokolova, Sokolova to Malinovska. As again, the skip. Now far side, a step-down shot by Sokolova, and nothing but net, or nothing but goalie. He's trying to put this like a golf ball. Van Verseld. Now with 30 seconds to go in the quarter, take it away. Van Bilsen fakes the pass, and it's deflected away. Vladinova, again, was not faked. It's a great fake, though, by Van Bilsen. As Keen trying to field Healings inside, but Healings not there. Ball goes too far over the heads of Versad and Van Bilsen. And now about 9 seconds to go in the third quarter. Czechia will have an opportunity to try to add some more points. This will be Vadalinova out quickly. So you guessed it. Faltasova. Faltasova makes a move, takes a shot, and it nearly went in. Rebound by Czechia. It doesn't matter, though, as that'll end the third quarter. 9-7 for the Netherlands over Czechia. It's been a good one so far, as Czechia fighting back down from as much as 5 goals and now bringing it within 2. We'll be back for more second half action in the fourth quarter here at TJ Malešice. I'm Luke Lee. We'll be back in just a moment. So again, taking a look at the game leaders in goals. Delaney Keene had the 4 in the first half, and Alice Faltasova all in the second. And then before that, Veronika Sokolova in the first half having 3 goals. So big fourth quarter upcoming, as the face-off is won by the Netherlands, as Keene going to take it, going to work her way far side, and this is Ramsey. Still has it. Ramsey to Van Verseld, and Pass deflected, taken away by Sekulova. Sekulova's been the main defensive enforcer for Czechia. Pass out quickly to Tisarova. As Malinovska flip it out. Svakova back to Svakova. Now skip pass to Malinovska. Malinovska going to work her way behind the net. Now too far on the pass for Faltasova. So ball will go back for the Netherlands. As Van Bilsen get on top of it. Far side to Marsakova, or for Van Buren, excuse me. Raverselt as step down shot and nearly goes in. Van Bilsen would have had her third. And Van Verstel takes a shot. So just looking to clear. Again comes Jax's ball deflected and taken away by Sophie Kudut. Kudut flipping it to Baker. Baker over to Kudut. Excuse me, that was actually Healings who took that ball away. That is my mistake. Is Keene around over to Kudut up top. Back behind the net. Baker makes a move, and again, almost have it denied though. My Sophie Lodinova. So again on the move, here comes the clear, looking to clear it in time. Might not be able to. They aren't. Kudut takes it away and again looks to reverse field. I don't know how she still has it, eventually loses it. And Kusarova will pick it up for the Czechs. So again, here they come. This is Vadalanova. Still has it. Vadalanova out far side. Jansikova again getting around. This is Faltazova. This ball dropped by Jansikova. Now on the move, step down for Vadalanova. And another shot taken. Faltasova looking for her fourth. This is Van Hoovel. Surveying, this is Persad. Persad far side for Wolber on the cut. Nothing doing. This is Ramsey now out to Keene. Keene stepping down and deflection. What a way to get the stick up into the passing lanes for Czechia. So losing it on the trail check. That was Krivlaka. So Van Verseld will set things up, and she's got it! Anna Keek Van Verseld on the bouncer. Gonna go to the far side 5-hole. And what a response for the Netherlands. Scoreless in the third quarter, but ultimately able to end the scoring drought for the Netherlands. As you can see again, Odinova just so far out towards the near side, leaves the far side completely open, and Kudut just gonna play keep away with the shot. Face off won by the Netherlands, and again, this Healings got it from Kudut. Now to Ramsey. Ramsey far side inside of Kudut. Pass goes too high and trying to fight off, and going back up top to Bersad. And Bersad takes the shot. Not there though. Back up top. Around is Ramsey. Over to Van Verseld. Van Verseld gonna feed behind the net. Healings. Back up top to Van Verseld, and she's in! Hannah Keek Van Verseld. Back-to-back goals for her. Came into the fourth quarter scoreless, the leading scorer for the Netherlands in the tournament, and making a play, giving the Netherlands a 11-7 lead. That was the final score, by the way, of this first game between these two teams. 11-7 in favor of the Netherlands. Is now a huge opportunity for the Netherlands to hold on and try to pull away, and Czechia more work to do on the face-off. Initially able to get underneath it was Tilsarova, but still won by the Netherlands as Kudu took it on the ricochet, and Keen quickly looking for someone, and eventually skipping, passing it to Van Bilsen. To Bershad, it comes out too late. It went too far over into the glass as Bershad's on the move, just takes the shot, and Lodinova able to reject it. So on the move again, into the boards though, and nowhere before eventually it is scooped up by Svikova. Or no, not Svikova, by Kralakova. And a fast break opportunity for the Netherlands as Van Verseld feeding to Ramsey, deflecting, and Ramsey again nowhere to go. Gonna go too high for Van Verseld to handle it. Is too much of a bounce. Take a look at Annemiek van Verseld, the most recent goal, putting it behind the net on the step down. There's enough space. As you can see, Lodinova took enough of a step again over the far side after giving up the far side of the most recent shot prior to that, and then Annemiek van Verseld, instead of going far side or even near side, goes really to the middle of the net. Again, trying to get the ball moving around. That's when Czechia's looked their best on offense. And they've been able to move it to different spots onto the field and keep this defense guessing, get the goalie moving. Try to get the defense off with their shifts. Again, nowhere as Arnold loses it. So under 10 minutes left in regulation. It's a 4-goal difference, and yeah, Ashley Ramsey in the penalty box, and a power play opportunity for Czechia. As you can take a look at Sophie Lodinova's stats on the day. She's had a solid day in the office, but need more out of her. Czechs want to come back and win this game. And the ball movement pretty obvious. They'll want to get that going. Fontasova going to roll back. Tilsarova, and the step down shot for Malinovska is no good, and eventually picked up by Flux. You'll see Flux on the fast break, too far. Looking for Van Bilsen. Van Bilsen able to eventually get on top of it though. So the Netherlands again will get it around. Far outside, that's Keen. Keen on the step down, and Lodinova not phased, didn't move at all. About a minute to go on the power play, so halfway through, and able to kill a good amount of the power play was the Netherlands, and so gonna move it around as Czechia back up top near side now. Baltasova skipping pass into Kusarova, and it's deflected. Ball gonna go back the way of the Netherlands, and so 35 seconds to go on the power play, and an opportunity for the Netherlands to essentially kill most of the power play there, but pass from Kudu goes too high out of the back of the glass, and just like that, 27 seconds still left on the power play, 7:48 left in regulation for the Czechs. Again, looking to move it around. This is Natova. It's Faltasova. Faltasova near side to Natova. Natova, don't know what she was doing. Maybe she was looking for a hit in the head. It's in! On the second chance rebound, Veronika Sakova. And the Czechs say, hey, don't give up on us yet. It's a 3-goal game, 7:23 to go. That's why it's so important to pick up those second chance opportunities. Again, going to get Visser off her spot, and sure slipping a little bit over to the near side, and shot going to the far side pipe. So 3-goal game now between the Netherlands and Czech. So quickly, Tosarova. Flipping it quickly. Near side over to Olivova. And trying to fit inside, it was Arnold. She loses it, but eventually now picked up by Olivova. And that's Arnold. And losing it again. This is Van Bilsen flipping out to Keene. Into the board she goes. Keene still has it. Feeding the cutter inside as Van Bilsen had it in front of the net. Unable to capitalize though. So on the tough ride, that's Demmer. Some extracurriculars at the end of the play from Demmer. She slams Pasvikova into the boards. This is Van Verseld over to Ramsey. Ramsey serving around. Over to Healing, step down. As pass to Ramsey went behind her. So out to Van Verseld, and Van Verseld with the shot clock winding down takes a step down shot from downtown. And picked up on the rebound by Czechia. Nice move by Paskovona. Shot going to go out of the back of the stadium, so possession will go back in the ways of the Netherlands. And that'll take us to our fourth quarter commercial break, our final of the game. It's been an exciting one here at TJ Malešice, 11-8 in favor of the Netherlands, and we'll be back here in just a moment.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world.
So 5:43 to go in regulation between the Netherlands and Czechia in the 5th place battle for the women's European Box Lacrosse Championship. By the way, you just joined us and didn't know, it's the first ever year since the EBLC was established back in 2017 the women will be playing. So big accomplishment really for all the countries that are playing, and it's on the move. Bente Van Bilsen's got another. And that'll be a hat trick for her. There's been a number of shooters on both sides who've made the difference either way. And again, Van Bilsen, great way to make herself open in front of the net and then quickly dropping off in front. So it's 12-8 going into this game. Van Bilsen had 7 goals in 7 goals so far, and today has a 3. One of her best games of the season, or of the tournament, excuse me. So on transition, here they come. This is Malinovska. Kusarova Over to Arnold. Continuing back to the near side is Kusarova picking up her own ricochet. Step down shot, too far. That was Yancikova. And the shot clock violation will send the ball going back for the Netherlands. So 12-8 so far with 4.5 minutes to go. You can see the leading scorers. Delaney Keene with 4, Van Bilsen with 3, and Alice Yancikova as well with 3 is too far out on the skip. Sidearm taken by Broussard, and now going behind the net. Reverse to the far side. And getting past going too far. Looking for Wolbert. Still fighting for the loose ball in the corner. And again, eventually, finally, they'll send it one way and they'll send it towards the way of the Czechs. That scrum just took forever. On the net. Now quickly to Fontasova. Fontasova to Vadalonava. Vadalonava. And flipping it out. Fontasova. Now behind the net they go. Is far side again. Now near side nearly taken away. Far side again. And deflected on Fontasova's shot. Picked up by Van Bilsen. Van Bilsen has the fast lane, and Vladinova able to deflect the shot. And now again a fast break. Too high was the pass for Vadalinova over to Svikova. If that pass is on target, that's probably a goal. At the very least, the shot would have gotten off. Again going far side. Looking for the cutters. And taking the shot, losing it was Kusarova. Arnold trying to pick it up and just flipping it back towards Baker as Van Hooven went for the scoop up. No one able to get it. Shot clock winds down though. So Baker, 2.5, will take the ball now. As go to Keene, over to Ramsey. For the Netherlands, you want to just try to kill this game out at this point. 2.5 to go, and Czechia has been very, very stingy so far since the 5-goal lead for the Netherlands. Is Ramsey moving around and nearly went in, and they'll say it will. Okay, never mind. Ashley Ramsey for second on the day, and Vladinova looks a little bit frustrated. I mean, to see the replay of that is, I don't know if it really does it justice. You can't really see when that ball went in. Regardless, though, I guess, yeah, I guess it did go in. That is just unlucky for Vladinova. So 13-8 now with 2 minutes to go. Face off, eventually won by the Netherlands, and Keene scooping it up. Pass deflected, looking for Healings, and go the other way. This is Svikova. She swarms. Svikova over to Sekulova. Sekulova on the move, feeding on the fast break transition, and it's in. Alice Fontasova, her 4th. All of them have come in the second half, and might not be the way that they wanted this tournament to end, but Fontasova making a great playoff transition. So again, another face-off set up between the two. This is Kudut and Tilsarova. Kudut when the face-off picked up by Baker. So a timeout for the Netherlands with about 1.5 minutes to go. Try to roll up some more offense towards the end of the tournament. We'll be back here for the start and the end. Final minute and a half to go.
I never got that. When the game is over, why are they calling it? I never understood that. Like, you just have to let the game over.
So 1:26 to go after the Netherlands timeouts. They'll look to add some more offense on the board. Again, try to end this game with an exclamation point. Baker out quickly to Kudut. Over to Van Verselt. Van Verselt. They'll look around. A roll out, Van Verselt. Pick from Baker. Skip packed over to Brasad. Brasad flipping it to Baker. Baker trying to set up in front of the net. Nothing doing though. So flipping it out up high. Here's Tilsarova. Tilsarova to Pacificona. Or Pacificona, excuse me. Step down shot. On the move. This is Kudut and Van Verselt. They're both all alone. Kudut gonna flip to Van Verselt. Van Verselt will just take it and not take the shot. They'll roll back around the Demmer. Over to Keene. The final seconds waning down in this one. Keene, see if she tries to add anything more. She will on the shot, it's in. Delaney Keene, her fifth. With 13 seconds left. Just getting it past Sofia Ladinova. And again, just getting it around and bouncer for Keene. And the 5 goals for Delaney Keene, all the difference in this one. It's 14-9. Netherlands over Czechia. Face-off is won though by the Czechs, and they will call a timeout with about 5 seconds left to try to get a playoff. And so can't imagine that they can draw up anything too complex with the lack of time, but hey, at the very least they'll try to get one more playoff and try to savor in this environment. Hey, not going to have the European Box Lacrosse Championship again until 2030, so 4 more years until we'll get more of these teams. And so just want to soak all this in. Can have the Worlds in a couple of years, but until all these teams come back to play one another in a European Championship, it's going to be another 4 years. So no doubt about it, they want to just take it all in and remember, hey, this is what it's like to be here. Let's get back to it, and hopefully both these teams will make some improvements and maybe see both of them even competing for the gold. The women's is on the move. Time runs out, and that'll do it. 14-9 for the Netherlands. They'll finish 5th in the women's, and behind them finishing 6th will be Czechia's. 19-4 going to be the difference between these two teams, and in the end, the big-time plays. Delaney Keene ended up being the difference. 5 goals for her, and that's the difference between these two teams. So don't go away too long, as should have a post-game interview. Might have to run down and make some announcement on the PA. But until then, Luke Lee here on the EBLC YouTube channel. If you want to take a look at any of the future games or past games, like I said, you can go to the EBLC YouTube channel or EBLC.com, as you will be able to check out all of the future and past results and get catched up. So that's all for me here in the women's. I want to thank everybody from the producers to the people working the cameras to the people working the graphics. coaches, players, everyone who's made this possible. This has been an awesome opportunity for everybody involved, and couldn't be more excited to be involved with it. Till then, I'm off.
Attention everybody, we'd like to present the Spirit of the Game Award for both teams. Starting out from Czechia, Nikola Volfova. The Grammy National Certification. This player fully embraced boxing And now for the Netherlands, Sarah Tremota.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I think so. Jo, teď bude. Don't forget to turn it on. Can you do like a test? Can you do like a test?
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Sedem na to? No, tak se na to můžeme vysrat, tak já mu to řeknu. On teď pro někoho jde. Is he going?
I'm here with Delaney Keene post-game. Delaney, obviously, you had a great game out there today. The 5 goals, you said 4 assists too. Might have to have a word with the statistics, right? But great game for you. Obviously, you came in as a second leading scorer today. Obviously, going to lead as a first, and so you took on a team you played already earlier in the year, and you had a lot of success here today, able to bounce back from another win. So, what were you guys seeing offensively that allowed you to kind of go up and down the field and make all those plays you did?
Honestly, just not being selfish, using each other, and like really seeing everybody around the floor. Yeah, we kind of just wanted to bring it back for the last game, work together as a team, and then yeah, it worked, I guess.
There you go. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
True that.
You guys had a little bit of a drought in the third quarter where you guys weren't doing so much on offense, but the other 3 quarters you were almost completely perfect. What were some of the adjustments you guys made going into the fourth quarter to kind of put this game out of reach as they made an attempted comeback?
Honestly, I think we were just getting a little comfortable in the third quarter. Just had to reel it back in, really remember why we're here and what we want to do, and we locked in and we did it. So yeah.
Right, and most importantly, I mean, you guys are probably one of the most well-traveled teams in terms of your fans base. I mean, every single game that I've seen you guys play, and you guys have had at least 40, 50 people who've shown up to support you guys. So what does it mean knowing you have all this support who's able to come out and, be at every single one of your games?
Honestly, it means so much. Like, we're so thankful to have the fans that we do. They hype us up in each game and really allow us to keep going.
Love it. I appreciate it, Delaney.
Thank you.